A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed my pleasure to be welcoming you to the Atma's 33rd educational session of the Bangalore chapter. Today I have with us Mr. Ashwin Kumar of Kings and Prince. And of course the name sounds very flamboyant, flashy and ancestral and denotes a lot of royalty. But I had a chat with him and I really understood. I think it's better that he tells you how the name comes about it. He's been passionate about markets, and he along with Mr. Lakshman have been pioneering themselves into the field of education. It comes to advisory, portfolios and technical analysis, including options. So with that, can we have a round of applause and welcome Mr. Kumar to give us a great session today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, friends. It's indeed a wonderful feeling to be part of a session which has its primary focus on technical analysis. So I'm very much looking forward to this session and I'm very excited to be here. So friends, before moving forward, I have a very short disclaimer to read out. This event is for education and training purposes only. This program does not promote any trading software or any brokerage firm or any mutual fund scheme. All education materials along with specific stock examples and information provided shall only be used as information and not a recommendation for buy and sell. Atma or King's Prince Training Academy Private Limited or its members shall bear no liability as a part of compliance. Before actually getting down to the topic, let me first tell you what this session is about and what this session is not about. Am I audible here?
Yes.
I'm trying to talk you through the fancy technical indicators or strategies or software available in the market. Because I firmly believe that successful trading and investment or technical analysis, as a matter of fact, is not about those 100 plus, understanding those 100 plus technical indicators and fancy tools and strategies. It is about successfully implementing those basic few strategies which you have learned. So I can definitely assure you will not be talking about Elliott waves or all the the big guys of the technical analysis, but we'll be talking about those basic indicators. And most importantly, what I'm trying to do through this session is that I'm taking this opportunity to present to you a new dimension as to how you can look at those basic indicators, because unless you have those basic things right, I have a feeling that we'll never get it right in the stock market. And that's exactly the reason I've chosen this topic as small enough just to build big bridges. So trying to keep it simple, or in other words, technical analysis simple. So our first focus will be on stock selection and time frame selection. Most of you people have been aware of it. Just I want to give you a very quick review on it. Validity of all the traditional indicators in the current market scenario. Identifying primary and secondary indicators and trying to get the best combination. I personally am of the opinion that the entire investing or trading in the stock market is a process. Finally, at the end of the day, you are finally investing on a business. It's nothing but stock market. So it's an end-to-end process. So process involved. So successful investing involves five-step process. It's start stock selection, choosing the right time frame, analysis, execution, follow-up, and money management. And each one of them, and technical analysis or be it fundamental analysis, is just a part of it. Now first I want to, and the idea of any technical or fundamental analysis is finally about trying to establish a view on the market as to where the market stands right now. Looking for a possible trade setup with clear entry, exit and stop loss. There is definitely no hold, no for eternity type of investing. And type of trading that you are doing, whether you are doing a breakout, so is the stock index entering into a very fresh breakout, or is it a continuation wherein you let the market ride, then wait for a correction and then for a second opportunity, or is it trying to pick the tops and bottoms? Of course, based on logic, not just X stock has gone up by 100 points, it's time to fall. Of course, execution, follow-up, and money management. The reason I like to take stock selection as a very important process is, see, we are always focused on what, when to buy and when to sell, about timing the market, have I got it right, how much upside is left, how much downside is there. But most of the times we tend to ignore what to buy and what to sell. Stock market is just like a buffet. You go to a restaurant, you pay 500 or 1000 rupees based on the restaurant. I mean, it is practically not possible for you to eat all the 21 dishes served on the buffet, right? At the end of the day, you have to choose your liking. We all, all of us might go to a restaurant, or a buffet at Leela Palace, pay 1000 rupees for each per person. Finally, I might end up eating Indian, he might end up eating Chinese, he might end up eating Italian. So you have to end up choosing what suits you best. How I personally do it? Well, I have a list of 8 or 10 stocks which I usually trade regularly. One criteria for stock selection is, of course, volume is the most important criteria. You need to have liquid stocks that you are trading. Ideally, I tend to look at stocks which are listed on Nifty and probably the leaders of each industry. Maybe if you're looking at a banking sector, you can have your SBI, you can have your Axis Bank, you can have your ICICI Bank or the L&T, Yes Banks, all these stocks which are listed on index, which have high trading volumes, and more preferably if those stocks are the leaders of these respective sectors. And the second way I do it, especially I'm talking from the point of view of a day trader. If you are a day trader, the first and foremost criteria for you is that you need to choose a stock which moves. As a day trader, there is a time bound for you. You're time bound. You have to end up closing your position by 3:20. Let's not take 3:30. How I personally do it, I choose a stock based on the. It's not coming on. No, I just exited the PowerPoint presentation. I have to choose stocks which are around 3 to 5% per day. So, literally, I am asking you to take just the 25% movement of the stock, which is just 1%. It looks practically possible. And the best part is that in this 5% category, you have all these stocks, leading stocks like L&Ts, your S banks, your Axis banks, really fall under this 3 to 5% category. So you have your fundamental as well as technical meeting together. So to conclude, one, as a day trader, you might want to choose stocks based on ATR, which is nothing but the average true range of a particular stock, which is the difference between the high and low. Maybe I would like to choose for the past 21 days. So whatever values you are seeing, 3%, 4% is the average movement of this stock over 21 days. Or else you can create a watch list on your own, analysis or your fundamental, and then try and understand those stocks, which category they fall under, whether they fall under intraday category or whether they fall under positional category, swing trading. So you can choose that. So when you have your stocks right, we need not get monkey business. We always come across people who say, this stock does not work for me, this stock is not right for me for XYZ reasons. I don't think there's anything like that. We should not keep changing stocks. You have to stick to stocks permanently, because any stock, as a matter of fact, if I'm looking from a positional point of view, has the potential to give 3 to 5 very large in a single quarter. So I will stick with those stocks, and definitely if you are looking at technicals, you are bound to succeed at any point in time. One of my friends is a sub-broker, so we were just sitting across the hall, and an elderly gentleman walked in. And he was like, my friend's name is Shivam. Shivam, yaar, I want to start trading, start recommending some stocks to me. If you're not comfortable with 15, even at 25 minutes is something that you can look at. A day trader, 5 minutes, maximum 15 minutes. Because option trader, as an option trader, I would not go beyond 15 or 75 minutes. If a 75-minute chart, only if you are at the beginning of the. The right tick is your close in a bar chart. What I would expect as a reversal signal is, I expect a day when the bears are in control of the market. You see this day it makes a lower low as compared to your previous bar, sorry, lower high. It makes a lower low as compared to your previous bar, but at the end of the day you have your closing here. What is happening on this bar? See here, you had your open, high, low, close, right? You had your close below your open, you had your close below the midpoint or close to the low of the day. What has happened here? You had a bar which made a lower high and a lower low, but at the end of the day the trend shifted slightly towards bullishness. You had your close of this day. See, closing is the most important price in any study that you do. When I bid this pen, somebody might say, start the bid with 10 rupees, somebody might bid this pen for 100 rupees, somebody might say 5 rupees. But what is important is that what is the price at which the bid closed. So if I have to talk it out in a very mechanical way, you had your prices coming down, but at the end of the day, bulls started taking control of the market and the prices closed above the open of the day, above the midpoint, or rather close to the close of the day, and the closing was higher than previous day's close. So you have a shifting tendency. So anybody who is short on this market will slightly be wary that okay, maybe the trend has slowed down. We are always trying to look at tops and bottoms in the market. Is there any reversal signal in the market? This is one of your reversal signals, wherein the downward trend has slightly slowed down and the trend has shifted towards bullishness. And when do I actually take this as a good signal? When the high of this bar is broken. That's why highs and lows are very important in the market. You will have a lot of signals. We observed in parabolic SAR, you had so many sell signals, but it was not confirmed by the low being broken. What is the confirmation of a weakness? When the low of the signal bar is broken. What is the confirmation of strength? When the high of the signal bar is broken. How do I again interpret it? See, if you are again in a traffic junction, you have your red turn to green. You had a falling market, you did not have a bar. It's like cricket. You will always have a combination of an aggressive player with a very classy player. If you send an Adam Gilchrist and a Chris Gayle together, you're bound to fail as openers. Or which was that in Mumbai Indians, the Pandulkar thing, it was a very big thing. I'm not a big fan of IPL, but I still follow some of the things. Tendulkar and Ponting, they are both non-aggressive players, they are quality players, they never click together. So it's like using moving average and MACD together. You have to have a combination of an aggressive indicator with a combination of a lagging indicator. So the one I showed you, if you are looking for cash trading and options trading and high probability trading, I suggest that you look at the 34 period moving average, exponential moving average, with parabolic SAR as your buy and sell indicator. Moving average should help you decide where the zone of the market is, and parabolic SAR will tell you what to do. But please don't buy alone, stand alone based on moving average. If stock crosses moving average, buy. If stock crosses comes down below moving average, sell. Ideally, I would not do that. Moving average, it's a primary, finally it's a lagging indicator. It will tell you what slowly now that this is the trend. And size, shape and slant shape of moving averages, MACDs really don't matter, or moving averages don't matter. Many people say it's turning around, it's slightly twisting on it. It will reverse sometimes. So technical analysis is more like binary thing. It's 0 or 1, whether there is a buy signal or whether there is a sell signal. So you cannot be like it touching the average, it is slightly going above, all these things are there, whether it is happening or whether it is not happening. So ideally, to come to it, that should not be used for your cash trading or futures trading. Bollinger Bands will give you a buy or sell only after a reasonable price movement, only when there is extraordinary volatility in the.
And all who want to know about ATMA now, see, the beauty about ATMA is so unique. I always used to tell people that Atma is a platform where we get a chance to network with one another. And just in the course of my conversation with Ashwin, it happens to be that His office is not even a stone's throw, literally away from my office on Double Road. And in fact, he is right now in my office, which was there. I was occupying that same office, 201 Money Chambers, KH Road, when the flyover was being constructed. And as the flyover was being constructed, I moved in and took a property just behind Axis Bank on Double Road. So we are like eye to eye with each other, but we have never met, we never knew each other. And this platform like ATMA is the one which brings you together, which brings like-minded people with the same passion, the same zeal for the markets and the same intellectual hunger and thirst for the market.